Hello, hi. I'm Dr. Pratima Sheorey, founder of eVyaas Learning. It's a pleasure to speak with all of you today as we embark on a journey that goes beyond academics, a journey which is beyond just the academics into transformation. So, our theme today is preparing to be wanted. Okay. Uh, Remember that your growth doesn't stop at your job description. Every skill and every small thing that you are going to build now is going to shape you into the leader that you will become tomorrow. Our session has three key objectives. What corporate ready really means. I'm sure you have some ideas, but we'd like to help you get there as well. The rigor and expectations from an MBA program or of an MBA program from you. How do you innovate, adapt, and lead throughout your MBA journey? So MBA is not just a degree. Please remember, companies do not hire for qualifications. They hire people who will deliver and deliver actively in terms of the solutions that they're looking for. So it's a professional development program. It simulates real world business challenges, all the case studies, everything that you will be about that. And it demands a very high level of commitment, collaboration, and leadership at a personal level from each one of you. Now, the rigor of an MBA program, therefore, has many things. Academic expectations. You will be expected to do case studies, projects, exams, very tight deadlines, which mimic the real world. Good professional skills to take you through all of that, which will test your communication, your teamwork, your problem solving ability, your ability to analyze and look at a problem from all perspectives. Industry engagement, guest lectures, live projects, internships, going out there and getting into real world immersive learning experiences. And therefore, the assessment is beyond just the marks. It's in your participation. You learn as much as you participate. Leadership in teams, which means when you are with the team, so leadership from within the team and also leading the team fully and applying your knowledge. So it's a complete package which mimics what the real world is. Why should we prepare to be wanted? Please remember that the competition is extremely fierce, very, very fierce. Okay. The good jobs are very limited. So your next 2 years will define your next 20. Employers are essentially seeking ready professionals. And so what does being wanted mean? Which means the company should feel that you are offering them a certain kind of value, that you are adding value to them, and that they will gain from having employed you. And while you're doing your MBA, that is the evidence that you have to gather and present. So, three things that you will have to do. You will need to innovate, challenge the status quo, adapt, be resilient, and lead. So, your MBA journey is going to be your laboratory to practice these three mindsets. Now, let's look at each one very quickly. So when you say innovate, it's about thinking differently. Don't repeat what's taught. Don't follow the leader. Question everything. Does not mean you rebel, but it means that you learn to think of everything in a 360-degree perspective. Okay. Don't accept something just because it exists. Remember, change is the only constant. We work on unique solutions, assignments, and projects. Copy paste is something that we love to do, but try and see if you can do it differently because that is what you'll be recognized for at your workplace. Embrace design thinking and problem solving frameworks. Okay. Adapting so the business environment is very volatile. Okay, it's constantly changing. You need to therefore develop resilience and flexibility to change, to adapt to the new things. Everything is changing. Change is the only constant. Learn to work with diverse teams and cultures, switching project roles, changing specialization. Um, you know, you were aligned to deliver and then suddenly an unexpected problem comes up. These are all things that are going to be real. Learn to embrace the change. And finally, lead to influence and to deliver. So it's not just authority, it's action. Lead in projects, in clubs, set examples, manage conflicts, drive consensus, and build your personal brand as dependable and capable. Now, how do you therefore maximize your MBA programs? So they offer a wealth of opportunity, but maximizing your experience requires you to have a proactive and a strategic approach. All right. Uh, as part of this, therefore, what should you do before your MBA begins? Like right at the beginning, you first need to define your goals. Okay, you need to have a path. What's your final goal? Depending on your final goal, you will have to. Then you can chart your path accordingly. So, choosing the right, therefore, the specialization, the internships, what kind of networking. There are so many people. You need to network with the people that you are interested to be like or be with. Build a good, strong foundation. Consider short courses. Improve some of your essential skills while you are at it. While the institution will always enable you and help you, but it's going to be your own involvement and engagement that is going to matter. And start networking early. Connect with professionals, the alumni, use LinkedIn. This is all things that you're going to do before. So we're saying we can help you to do this by beginning right. And what is beginning right will help you with the 4A framework, which is assess yourself, align, advance, and attain. Let's look at each one very quickly. So assess, we're going to now help you to do a profile assessment, understand your career goals, your career preferences, your academic and work profile, any certifications, projects, awards, all of those things. Then a career assessment, which looks at your personality, your interest, your aptitudes, and finds you some, maybe 5 or 8 career pathways that are aligned with what you want to do. And finally, an employability skills assessment, because that's what the employers look for. It's a comprehensive psychometric assessment which maps the employability parameters. You will then also have to do goal alignment as part of the whole thing, personalized strategy for upskilling and job readiness, offer personal counseling sessions, and offer individual development plans with measurable objectives. Based on that, you can then plan for your placement and getting into the real world in the corporate. So it will help you to build and refine your existing skills, give you structured AI plus expert feedback from mentors who've been in the field and who've guided plenty of other people. And it'll help you to build analytical, critical thinking, teamwork, leadership, all the skills that are essential to become a successful and a good professional manager. Finally, you attain because you have now a personal improvement plan, which is personalized to do depending on what you like, what you want, and how you want to proceed. So it's a tailored growth plan. It tells you what kind of skills, what kind of certifications, what kind of internships, and it gives you personalized feedback for continuous improvement. So it improves your decision making, even if you are under pressure. It improves your employability overall. So to do all of this, the base in it is what we call as the GROW model. What is the GROW model? It stands for goal, reality, options, and the way forward. So we're looking at each person, each individual person should have whatever action plans you decide, you should have a GROW model. So what is the GROW model? Let's look at each. First, goal. What is your goal? Therefore, we insist that you set up your short-term and the long-term goals. What are short-term goals? Short-term goals are in 6 months to a year. Long-term goals are 3 to 5 years. Okay. So, what do you want to achieve? Once you know what's your goal post, based on that, define clear, specific, realistic goals. Then gauge your reality. Understand, assess your current strengths, gaps, and resources. That is what we are going to help you to do. Then brainstorm on the pathways and resources available with your mentors that we will align or will be aligned to you from the institution that you choose. Or you can also go and look up mentors who are from the same field that you might with. And finally, the way forward. What's the way forward? Which out of those so many options that you have will you take? And then focus your energies on that. That way, you will come out better. Remember, competition is here. So to do all of that, we will have a profile assessment form for you, which is 110 information points, which is all about you, which will capture your background. You can plan effectively, enable personalized development, and help you to track your progress so that you know where you are today and where you want to go, let's say 2 or 3 months from now. So it will help you to do all of it. The second will be a career assessment. It will have 45 timed questions and 105 untimed questions, which are on a scale of 5 from strongly agree to strongly disagree. There is no need to cheat in this. It is something that will help you to understand who you are, where you are now. Answer it for yourself because it will give you a true picture of your own self such that you can prepare better based on those results. And finally, employability assessment, 216 untimed questions. Don't try and give the right answer. Try and give the answer that comes to you instinctively, that you feel, yes, this is what describes my correct perspective. The intention is not to be right always, but be yourself. That's the most important. So the general instructions for typing the assessment, sometimes your screen may freeze or there's some glitch. You close the window, re-log in. Your test will start from where you left off. Don't worry, you will not lose progress. Always scroll down before you move ahead. There may be questions below on the screen that you may need to fill. If you cannot submit, then maybe some answer is missing. Therefore, you are not able to submit. And always, all questions are compulsory. Please ensure to write something, especially in text fields, even if it is not applicable or NA. Check the inbox. Once you agree to receive the assessment and participate in it, you will, your details on your email, and email will come to you from eVyaas.com. So if you don't see it in your inbox, check the spam or the junk folder. Once you find it, open the email, click on the login link, and begin the assessment. So here you put in your username in the appropriate fields, click on I'm not a robot, and click the login button to proceed to the test dashboard. At the dashboard, you will see first the profile form. Fill out the form carefully, accurately. This is what I mean. Go down, okay? And if the date is not applicable for you, then select the current date. Okay, select whichever is the current date on which you are writing. Once you complete on it, only then the proceed to the next will be there. Okay, please ensure you're scrolling up and down on the entire screen. Once you've completed the profile form, it will bring you back again to the dashboard. Here, go to test and select the assigned test. 2 tests you have to give additionally, which is the career margadarshan, which is the career assessment, and then the employability assessment. So select the CM once only, okay? And since you've already mentioned your career preference in the profile form, here you can say NA, I have read and understood, and confirm, acknowledge, and proceed with the test. So like I mentioned before, 45 first will be time to 60 seconds. If you toggle out or if you don't answer, it will be marked 0 and move to the next question. After aptitude, you will come to 105 psychometric questions. They are not timed. As you can see, it's from strongly disagree to strongly agree. You will have to mark any one and then click on next. After answering all the questions, you can click on submit and it will then submit the test. Then you can go back again to NQ full, select that, answer, and finish. Once you submit everything, then in a day or two, a human plus AI verified report will be made available to you, which will be your individual development plan. So how does it help you during your MBA journey? It helps you to clarify your career goals very clearly. It tracks your skill progression. It helps you to track your skill progression. It tells you, okay, where should you upskill? It will also make suggestions in terms of what kind of upskilling you can undertake. And it supports your mentoring, which will be done by the faculty and industry mentors that you will choose or that will be allocated to you. Finally, your commitment defines your trajectory. Decide to be actively involved in your professional life and journey. Develop the mindset that companies value, which is of a contributor, which is of somebody who wants to grow, and therefore the organization grows with that individual. And prepare to be wanted. Come up with solutions, come up with innovative solutions that will, optimize the time, effort, and resources needed. So the next 2 years are your launchpad. The choices you make here will shape your career trajectory. Thank you very much for being part of this session, and we hope to partner with you in your journey. Thank you.